Hey guys, welcome to Kontrol Scheme, KontrolPad.com's gaming podcast. I'm Gio. I'm here with Zeke
What's going on, guys?
and Corey.
Hey, everyone.
So, today we're going to start with just some tragic news we all kind of heard about. Last Sunday, Iwata passed away, president of Nintendo. It was a Nintendo International, or was it just, I don't know exactly.
I think it was just Nintendo.
Just a corporation.
Yeah, just the whole shebang.
The whole shebang, yeah.
Yeah.
We heard it was complications, something to do with the bile duct growth or whatever it was exactly he had.
Yeah.
Dating back a while now, because he missed E3 like the previous year because of that.
Yep.
People speculated it wasn't really why, but
They mentioned he wasn't feeling well.
Yeah,
but that could have been anything. Like I was like, oh, he just has like a really bad cold or something.
Do you know if he was treating it? Was it like treatable or?
Yeah,
Well, he had surgery, so apparently he had surgery.
Yeah,
and it was successful because post last year's E3, he said he was like feeling better. He was feeling optimistic about everything. There wasn't details. I don't think there were details as to like what the illness was, but he said that he was feeling better. So,
like, this isn't going to be was this like a kind of the same case as Steve Jobs? Like, remember,
No, so this is like related to the bile duct. So I forgot. I read up what the exact term was and what the cause was, but like essentially his bile duct was like clogged, which is bad news.
I heard there was a growth of
Yeah.
some sort. It could have been cancerous or something.
Yeah, so
They like removed it.
they removed his whole duct.
Did they really?
Yeah,
That's
if
a
I'm
thing
not
you
mistaken.
can do.
Yeah, shit, move anything.
Yeah,
these
that
days.
doesn't sound very pleasant.
Yeah, so
But I mean, it's a big loss. I mean, for the gaming industry as a whole, just to go back, he kind of started out by basically starting out at HAL Industries.
yeah, HAL Laboratories.
Yeah, sorry. And he worked on numerous big
Smash
games.
Brothers.
Smash Brothers.
I mean, he did
Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah.
He basically converted the code to make Pokemon games work on console enough to make Stadium.
Yeah.
He worked on another game, which for some stupid reason I can't remember the name of, but it's a big deal game.
I mean, this guy has quite a resume.
Yeah, and he basically was with Nintendo
games.
for a very long time.
Yes, career guy.
He led Nintendo through the DS, 3DS, you name it, version of that. The Wii, the Wii U.
Yes.
So it's a big loss. I believe Miyamoto and someone else currently are in charge. I can't remember the other guy's name. I apologize. But Miyamoto is obviously like Nintendo's guy. The thing with Miyamoto being in charge right now is he's so big on the game side, he couldn't take over. So obviously he's not going to be the next president. And if he is, it's somewhat of a big loss as much as a gain.
I mean, well, Iwata. I mean, there's a lot of stuff about this man's passing. So Iwata was still very much so like while he was a president of Nintendo, he was very much so a games guy. Like I forget. I know I was reading some stories this past week, and there are stories where when he was like the manager, before he became president, he was like the manager.
Yeah, and he would work on code,
and
stuff
he would
still.
come down to work on code even still. So I mean.
Yeah. But, I mean, Miyamoto is kind of like a lead, though.
He is.
He
couldn't
lead games anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
Which
would be a big hit.
Yeah.
However, though, I know there are a lot of disciples of Miyamoto
Exactly,
that could really make games in that style. So it's not like So while Miyamoto may not be like the head guy for a game, there will be like that legacy will carry on. That Miyamoto flavor will carry on. So
yeah.
I mean, but honestly, so despite. I think the big thing with this is like so Nintendo's struggles are well documented, right? Like since the N64 sales of their consoles they've been dropping, right? But despite those struggles, Nintendo is a very unique company in the sense that they're very they are just if you can think of the direction that PlayStation and Microsoft are going in, Nintendo is just on a whole nother wavelength to the point where they're not competing with these other two.
Yeah.
Right? They are a very unique company within the game space where there isn't like a first party IP first person shooter in space. They do their own thing. They dance to the tune of their own drum, which is very important especially at this point where we are for video game design, like that's still very important.
Yeah,
because
definitely
to this day, I mean, you can still kind of make comparisons between Microsoft and Sony, and you can see like, okay, so Sony has Nathan Drake, so now Microsoft made a move to get Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
and if I mean and to break and to really, I mean, this is going to be an oversimplification, but you can say Tomb Raider is the same type of game as a Nathan Drake's game,
they
and
still have
that's
to
why
compete,
they had to
right?
get it, so they had to compete. Sony has a big shooter in Killzone, right? And Microsoft had a major success in Halo, so now Sony had to we need to match that.
Yep,
and it's
that's how the game
Mario.
industry works,
right?
Yep.
But see, and
It's
that's
the main.
beauty
It's
of it.
like the platformer,
That is-
adventure
that
platformer,
is
whatever you call those.
Yeah, that is.
Well, how many units did PS3 or did PS3 sell? Do you know?
Lifetime?
I think here.
Lifetime?
Yeah.
80 mil?
Yeah.
Same as the Xbox 360.
Wii has 101 million units
Yeah.
to date.
It was
that's
the second
amazing.
best selling console behind the PS2.
Yeah.
It was amazing, yeah.
The Wii was. I don't even know
It's
what that
different.
was.
It was an outlier, though.
You don't get a Wii for regular games. Like that's your regular. You have a Wii, kind of like your thing on the side. Like when you're done with your PS3 or Xbox, you go to that. Or if you're just in a different mood, like you don't.
Yeah.
Like I say, they don't. Do they even make Call of Duty games for Wii?
No,
anymore?
they don't. That's
they
a good
don't.
point. I mean, it's a good point you're making. It's not. There's a reason at this point, this stage in the game, the Wii U has only sold 11 or 12 million consoles, when the PS4 is well into the 20 millions in half the time.
Right.
Because the PS4, there's so many games you can play. And on the Wii, while we've had many, many nights of fun on the Wii U, you can't have that as your only console. You can't play your Call of Duty. You can't play your Battlefield.
They've taken all the other things that make
The third-party
consoles.
Yeah, the third-party games.
But
there's no party chat. There's no nothing. Like,
But you know what's
Yeah.
interesting though? Like, so these are all negatives, right? But the unique thing with that is that at the end of the day, like we looked at the ending of the PS3 and we looked at the ending of the Xbox 360.
Yep.
And like, okay, AAA, this, big, that. We're starting to see indie games, whatever.
Yep.
But then we look at the Wii U. We look at the Wii, and like at one point it was just big, like what the fuck, like what the fuck do you mean motion controls? But at the end of that console cycle, we can look upon that very fondly. Like that's a very unique thing, right?
Yep.
And I think that's a trend with Nintendo consoles overall. I'd say since the N64.
Yeah,
the
I mean-
N64 is objectively a bad console.
Yeah, the
But
controller was junk.
Right.
Third parties hated
Right,
it.
but at the end of that console's lifespan,
We love it.
People always come back and look upon Nintendo consoles very fondly.
Yeah, and then that's
We come
Nintendo in
back,
a nutshell,
Look at
honestly.
the GameCube fondly. We come
Yep.
back, we look at the Wii fondly. People are coming back to the Wii U, and there are. I mean, we can write a book about there's a book about issues on the Wii U.
Oh, probably.
And it's well known. It's been hashed for years on end at this point.
Yep.
And people are coming back to look at the Wii U fondly now that it's been known that we're moving on to the NX, right? And I think that Nintendo is extremely. The best description I can give to Nintendo, they are like the Disney of the video game world, right? So while Nintendo's may not make like some crazy ass like Spartan shooter thing or some hardened like space soldier or anything like that, like they're making a family friendly game that really makes a giant imprint that makes a crazy imprint on your mind, right?
Yeah.
I can play. So I didn't have a Wii. I have a Wii. I had a Wii for about maybe close to 6-7 months now, and I've played a ton of games on the PS4. I've played a ton of games on the Xbox One. I've played a ton of games on 360 and the PS3. But a lot of my like very distinct experiences that were very impactful are Nintendo games.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like
I
the
don't know what
shooters,
else to
like
add
the
to
first
that.
person shooters come and go. Like I've played Halo. Halo's impactful. I'm not trying to diminish the impact of Halo,
Yeah.
but I've played Halo. Halo goes away, whatever. I play Call of Duty. Call of Duty goes away. Fine. I play this first person shooter. It goes away. That's fine. I can recall those things, but the memories and the emotions that I have are the most impact, like the biggest impact I've gotten from games still to this day are from Nintendo games. Those are very magical, like they produce very magical moments, much in the same way that you get from watching a Disney film.
Well, here's the thing about Nintendo. Little Scotty B, who's 8 years old, can have a Wii. And also, Mr. Tom blah blah blah, who's 45 years old, can also have a Wii. You know, it's much more.
It's diverse.
It's much more diverse.
Yeah, but
there's a lot to play.
Yeah.
Much less kids who's an 8-year-old kid or is going to have an Xbox One. Well, maybe these days.
Yeah, they play their
it's
Call of
growing
Duty.
more popularity because the demand of technology is increasing, more so than ever. You know, the Wii. When did the Wii come out? 2000.
The Wii came out
2006.
It was right before. It was right before the PS3 and Xbox 360. It was like 05, 06.
Yeah.
So it came out before.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's why the Wii U came out before
probably,
as well.
It probably sold most of its. Maybe not most, but it probably sold a.
It sold really well.
It sold like fucking.
Because there was nothing else. Because there were still PS2s and Xboxes, right?
I mean, it's
not
deeper
only
than
that.
It's
deeper
partially
than
that it was sort of a new. It was like a new thing. Everyone, it caught fire, and people understood this is a new console with a new style of controls.
Yes.
My mom can play a cooking game on it. My sister can play some other game.
We can fence on it. There's boxing. There's
that's
all
what
these
it was.
things.
I mean, you remember everyone was about that system.
Yeah.
I mean, and then there were people that like us that were more hardcore that want not to add. I don't want to like say we're more hardcore,
than
but
a Wii U person who has like a straight Wii U, but
we are.
We wanted a first person shooter. We wanted those more mature big AAA games. We wanted the mature, big ass AAA games.
So we wouldn't have got that concept.
But as time went on, AAA games kept coming out.
Yep.
And they kept coming out, and not to diminish the impact of some of those AAA games that came out, but at the same time, like. The experience is like, okay, I beat another AAA game.
Yeah.
Now, when's the next AAA game?
It wasn't unique. It wasn't lasting.
Exactly. At some point, those big games it becomes a machine that just kind of comes out, and there's
you're part of it.
You're part of the machine. Yeah. There's a formula to make it hit its sales mark. It's
not an experience.
Exactly.
It's just something you do.
But a Nintendo game is an experience.
They still are,
and they still to this day.
And that's.
That's
what Iwata. I mean, that's what I know. He kind of feels like we got off subject, but that's what Iwata brings to like.
That was his Nintendo.
We're gamers, and that's what his legacy is. We right now all can relate and say. I can easily say right now, without a doubt, having like every console, the Wii U has the highest quality games of any console.
Oh, absolutely.
Like we've played Mario Kart endless times. We played Smash Bros. I played Bayonetta 1 and 2 on that.
Yep.
They're just fucking amazing. There's nothing wrong with them.
Yes.
They're so more unique than anything else.
End of story. Like
that's
shit,
there is a level. That's true. There's a level of polish. Like again, despite the problems, like you don't have the AAA games. You don't have whatever.
It's not the complete package.
But the games that come out on a Nintendo system, there is a detail of polish. There's a detail of execution. The controls are tight.
Yeah,
the controls work. They make sense all the time. They put time in. Yeah, they put time in.
This says everything. Look at our viewers or our listeners can't see, but look at these amiibos. None of these are on the like. Look at how unique and like wonderful these are. Like there's an art to it. Like there really is. Like
how many companies could sell these little plastic
of their characters their characters and have people actually want that?
Who cares about anyone else's characters? Like I mean,
no one cares. A perfect example, I guess, between Sony and
Xbox.
No, not Xbox. Nintendo, right? Super Smash Brothers. Essentially, that is a game where you take all the marquee characters throughout all their franchises, and they put them together in a big ass fighting game.
PlayStation All Stars.
PlayStation All Stars.
You didn't see amiibos of that.
You didn't see amiibos of that. You didn't see a second PlayStation All Stars game.
Yeah.
Sony at this point has a deep enough like roster of characters from the various games, but where is that game?
Yeah, and I don't have a Kratos amiibo.
Exactly.
I probably would, yeah. To be fair.
No, but I mean, but like, where is PlayStation All Stars? PlayStation All Stars, like, PlayStation was a good game.
It was fun,
but it wasn't Smash.
Yep.
Because you want to know what makes Smash isn't the game. Like the gameplay of Smash is what makes Smash, but it's those connections you have to those characters in their other games.
Well, to be fair,
is what makes Smash.
Smash Bros. When did the first Smash Bros come out? Like that's the
Nintendo 64,
right? But however, it's not Smash itself. It's beyond that because we remember Mario from his Mario games. We remember Link from Legend of Zelda. we remember Pikachu from Pokemon. Like outside of Smash, these are iconic characters from iconic gameplay that is sharp, that is an experience, and all of that elicits emotion, right? Like
it's a brand.
It's a brand.
And it's a brand that people love.
It's a hell of a brand. But so just to kind of the next point with regards to this. So Iwata's like he's no longer with us, right? Iwata's gone. He's passed. So what's Nintendo going to do, right?
We'll see.
We have that. So we have this thing called the NX coming out, right? There's been controversy. There's been discussion from now till the cows have come home about like what is Nintendo going to do next? Is Nintendo, should they be strictly software? If they're going to do hardware, like what are they going to do for hardware? Is it going to be power? Does it have to be powerful? Does it have to be as powerful as the?
Sorry, my dog came in the room, guys.
Does it have to be as powerful as the Xbox One and the PS4?
Yeah.
Right. Like what is Nintendo's future? Because under Iwata, right, we had the Wii U, right, and we had the Wii. Yeah. And the 3DS and the DS and things and those consoles, right? So, with that being said, they're like with the Wii, focusing on the consoles, the Wii and the Wii U, there was a gimmick to those consoles, right? Yeah. So if the Wii, it was the motion controls. That was the big.
So is the NX going to be a third-party friendly just console?
Is it going to?
I mean, I'd argue no because
is it going
to
be a console?
Yeah.
Is it going to be a console? Are they going to quote unquote fall in line? And
I would tend to argue no. I mean, it started under Iwata's reign as president. Right. Whoever comes and takes over, I doubt is going to just like step over that. Like they're not going to just change pace like really hard. At least not yet. But so the NX probably is what the NX is at this point. It's still a few years out, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, that's not coming out to like
it's like 2017 or 18.
Yeah, 17 or 18.
So it's only been out for 3 years.
Yeah,
and I'm not sure exactly how
it's just selling really badly.
They sold 9.5 million units, which is
that's out of date.
Well, see,
this is from July 7th. This is from today. This article.
They only sold
the Los Angeles Times 9.5 million units since 2012.
Wow, I've heard over 10.
That is a little over 3 million units a year.
That's really bad.
That's very bad.
Well, see, but why do you think they're moving? So Nintendo has traditionally put out consoles every 5 years, right? So the reason why this is accelerated is because this console was a flop.
Yeah.
Like, so I believe I think the same thing happened with the GameCube. Like the GameCube wasn't what they wanted it to be. So then the Wii U kind of happened.
Nintendo has a track record.
The Wii happened quicker. Because like the GameCube, same thing with the game when it went from N64 to GameCube. Yeah, GameCube didn't pan out the way they wanted it to.
Right.
So it was like, all right,
they started jumping ship.
Yeah. So
Nintendo has a track record of that. They
closed the curtain on it, and there's like out with this one.
Like that's why we saw what was it? Midnight Princess. I don't remember what it's called. Twilight Princess. Sorry, let's do that. Like that's why we saw it come out for Wii
instead of the GameCube
and GameCube. Yeah, it came out for both. But I guarantee we're going to see that with the current
with that new Zelda.
The new Zelda, yeah. They're going to do that again.
Well, here's the thing. Like Sony grew. Like they catered. Like they grew. We grew with it. We adapted. The Wii, they've been staying on their kiddie-like thing for a while. What I would like to see is an adult Nintendo system.
Yeah,
like is that?
I think so.
Like
I think so. I mean, Nintendo is like, this company is mob deep. It goes so deep, it's deeper than rap. So, so there are players still related to Nintendo that are involved with Nintendo that are. I don't even know where to begin to explain. The best I can say is that there are players involved with Nintendo and still involved with Nintendo that have such influence over the company, and because of it's this Japanese company, right? So people will be
tradition.
Yes, so they're not going to like, you're not associated with the company. We're not following your vision. There are people removed from this company that are still so impactful. When they say something, it is word, and so that's how it's going to be done. So it's going to take a bit. I think they're going to be.
It'll be another generation. At least
it's going to be a number. It will be another. I think it'll be a couple generations before we see Nintendo really move away. Like they'll probably still they'll keep the Mario, they'll keep Kirby, they'll keep those characters, but before they'll see Nintendo open up and be like, okay, we have absolutely talented designers, talented writers. What can we do with some more mature themes, quote unquote?
Well, hopefully we'll get to see that day.
So,
hopefully whoever
we'll
takes
see
over
what
next
happens.
will.
Yeah.
Also,
Well, take a look at Apple. Back to Apple. When Steve Jobs died, didn't he have a successor that?
yeah, Joni Ivy,
Like,
whatever his
how
name is.
has their business been? since
Well,
that? Like, has it?
I mean,
Apple is different.
Yeah,
It's
Apple's a juggernaut who's never quite really been the not well selling company for a long time, and legitimately, Apple is the company that can fuck up on purpose. They can literally choose to fuck up every year, like they did with the iPhone,
Right.
ride the wave and be fine. But what happened was, I don't really want to put too much more time into this subject, to be totally honest, because we have a big list of stuff we really want to talk about. But basically what happened with Apple was Joni Ivy was essentially learning under Steve Jobs for a very long time. So he kind of set
the precedent.
Yeah,
but I've
to be the guy.
Well, see, you got to understand. So
people would say Miyamoto's that guy. But
here's the thing with Apple. I don't think you can really compare Apple to Nintendo.
No, it's different.
Not really. So Apple. So here's the thing with Apple. Apple was a company and under an auteur in the name of Jobs. And Jobs was the head person. The ideas came from Jobs.
He ran the whole thing,
and everybody was beneath him, and they worked to make his vision happen. Right.
Yep.
So when Jobs passed away, and I'm finding this guy's name. But when Jobs passed away, we have the new guy taking over.
Yep.
Right. The vision, the way Apple operates, changed fundamentally.
Yeah.
So now it's not literally one man's ideas.
It's the whole
powering
company's
this company.
design.
It's everyone coming together.
Yeah.
Which then so now we bring in Joni Ive, right, who's a designer
Yeah.
there. So now he has a creative space to bring his take on the iOS system and that.
Yeah, and since then, I think they moved him to a different type of
Yeah.
position. So the company's taking a weird direction.
But I think Nintendo's kind of different.
It
Nintendo's
is
the
different.
same in the sense that Nintendo dictates to its fans what they want. Like, Nintendo says, you are going to like motion control.
Yeah.
You are going to like this tablet, and that's that.
Yeah.
So that's a very Apple thing.
Yeah.
But
I see the similarity.
I think that's where it stops.
Yeah, as far as the situation, it's different.
Yeah.
But
So-
yeah, that's a good point. They do kind of act the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so rest in peace, Sawada. He will
Honestly,
be
it
missed. Seriously.
is a major blow to video games.
Everyone who's loved video games has probably been affected by him.
Yeah.
Before we end this topic really quick, at the risk of saying too much, do you think this news could drive sales up? Everyone, there could be people hearing about this and say, maybe I want Nintendo. Maybe I want to see what this guy created.
I mean,
wanna see
it's
his vision.
it's publicity,
It
yes.
is very much so.
But it's not going to drive the stocks up or anything, I don't think,
No.
because they've made no
Well,
changes.
if anything, the stocks will go down.
What will
But it
change is when they set the successor to
Yeah.
him. That's when we will
That's
see
when we'll
change.
see change.
And
so.
it could be good, it could be bad. I don't I'll just say this. If Miyamoto were to take over, he knows the industry and that company well enough, but then you get into a sticky situation of will people be worried about the creative talent at the company? So it's a sticky situation for them.
Yeah.
So hopefully they find the right guy. I have no idea what they're gonna do. So I don't know. So now, I mean, we've talked about Nintendo a lot. It's a very close subject to all of our hearts.
It is a deep that it goes. You could do a podcast series on.
Yeah,
just
we almost
Nintendo.
just did.
Yeah, honestly.
But the newest and greatest thing everyone's talking about is Rocket League.
Oh my god.
Now, if you're listening to this podcast and you don't know what Rocket League is, man, you need to figure out what Rocket League is.
Yeah, get your life together.
It is, so this fire started when Rocket League became the PS Plus game of the month for July.
Yes.
It already has more than 2 million downloads right now.
On PlayStation? That's a PC game as well.
It was. It came out on
No,
PC.
I think it's PC
yeah.
both. But it's probably
That's not that
it's
bad.
not getting enough buzz around PC because people. It's a $15 game, is it?
20 on PC. Yeah, it's worth it though, having
Yes.
played it.
I mean, so the game. Okay, so Rocket League. For those of you that don't know, just think if you could play soccer, a game of soccer with cars.
If soccer, here's how I put it: if soccer and cars had a baby, and then
Driftball for you Halo people. Because think
Yeah.
of all the Microsoft people. They probably don't know much about this because it's not even on Microsoft yet. It's not.
Well, it's on
not
PC, but
Xbox.
yeah, it's
on
not on
PC,
Xbox.
true.
Yeah, but I mean,
Well, that's where the magic of exclusive games comes into play.
Yes.
But That's how I put it. Soccer and hockey had a baby, and then griffball and like I don't even know, like some
Demolition
Derby game.
Of Mario, because there's like the customization.
There's customization.
There's the
Oh, Mario Kart, you mean?
Yeah, Mario Kart. That's what
Like in like I was gonna say like Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And like griffball had a baby.
And
then their babies
flipped,
and they had a baby. You'd get this game would immediately pop out. And this game is like, it's soccer in that you have the ball. It's a round ball. The field is set up like a soccer field. Yep. But then you have walls that you can ride up, and the ball goes off like hockey. And then it feels like griffball because it's a big ass ball and it's in a video game. It's like a stadium,
Yeah.
And then the cars have there's really cool mechanics. Like you can boost. You can like modify the way your cars look. Doesn't affect performance.
Yeah, that's the good thing. I like that.
I like that as well.
I don't like there being unfair advantages, because then there's going to be the people who hoard this game out nonstop. Yeah, they're going to play from when it's came out till now. They're going to be like the Call of Duty people.
It won't be that. They'll just what happens with what tends to happen with games like that. We have like distinct classes or like characteristics of certain things, right? Yeah. What happens is that as time goes on, people will experiment with everything, and then eventually everyone ends up doing the same shit.
Yeah, there's gonna be the paper.
They'll be the best car, because there's got to be a best car, so it'll be the best car with the best type of boost, best type of wheels, and everyone will do just that. So I like the fact that there isn't that, and it's purely aesthetic for shits and giggles, because it makes it fun, right?
See, I'm not against there being classes kind of like LOL or like, any game like that.
Yeah.
Any MOBA. Because I'll tell you right now why they did it. Like, and I'm sure we've talked about this. It's to promote an esports type game. Like, if you were to make it so people can pay $10 to buy car packs and stuff that make you better at the game, it's not an esports game.
Happen. Yeah.
But if you look at all the esports type games, they don't have it. It's all aesthetic.
Everything is out there out there.
It's cosmetic.
It is what it is. But everything after that is cosmetic.
Yeah. And I wouldn't mind it. I mean, they talked about, so it's not the question, but they talked about specifically, since this game has been so successful due to the PS Plus push that gave it the ability to be, really saturated in the market. Yeah. They are going to have a much bigger DLC pack than they expected. Yeah. So we could see car classes, which would totally change the game. It'd be a whole different game.
They already mentioned mod support for PC, full out mod support. Cool. So Lord knows what you're going to get. Yeah. I guarantee what's going to happen. People are going to put Mario Kart type shit.
Oh, I'm on board with that.
And Rocket League.
Now, is there going to be map customization?
It's full mod support. Cool. So whatever they want to create. Yeah. And it's there you go. Create it.
That'd be dope.
There's a code. Deal with it.
I mean, the game, let's talk about the mechanics a little bit. We've all played it.
Yeah.
So basically, you have a car. You have a boost. You press circle on the PlayStation.
PS4 controller.
Yeah, and it boosts. It runs out. You pick up other boosts that are around the field. Yep. You can hit X, double tap X to jump.
To jump up, yeah.
You
can wall ride.
Yeah, you can
a very long.
Yes,
time.
And you can hit square to drift.
Yeah.
And swing your butt around and hit the. It's just such. It is such a sick fucking game. I am so excited about this game.
This game doesn't get any more simple, really. I know
and it's amazing.
There's quite a few elements we just discussed, but really, you drive a car. Yep. They're all the same speed unless you boost. You hit the ball and the goal.
You Tokyo drift around until you get a ball and a goal. You can drift a lot.
You don't even need a drift, really, though. You can just.
I mean, I'm sure
I prefer to hop to
I'm sure I've heard this is going to ESL. This is going to be a esports game.
They already picked it up.
Those people are going to be drift.
There's videos. So I haven't seen these videos, but there's videos of a guy who's apparently fucking nasty at this game. He does some
trick shots
already. He's already doing some absurd shit with these games mechanics.
People are no jokes. Sometimes.
So I like it because it can be as simple. It can be simple. You can play simply and be good. Next level and really. Master this game's mechanics and how this car will react in certain situations to get good. But all in all, it's just a really fun game.
Yeah, I agree.
I think so. The game does have some issue. Frame rate is kind of a thing. Frame rate gets kind of funky
on
once in a
PlayStation
while.
It gets a little funky, but it doesn't affect gameplay.
Yeah.
On PC, I've heard it doesn't at all.
I've heard with PC. I don't know if it's PC in general or Sony. I haven't played this game too much, but I heard getting into multiplayer matches was difficult.
At first because they did dedicated servers. Okay. So first of all, shout out to them for that because that's smart. It's a real good way to promote that you like your game and you care about it.
Thank God. Looking at you, Sony.
Yeah, peer-to-peer is
and
not
Microsoft.
Peer-to-peer is not good for
And hybrid, no peer-to-peer.
Yeah, peer-to-peer is
Dedicated
not
only.
good for this type of game.
Yeah.
So it works out in the end. Dedicated
Yes.
servers are nice, but the initial launch can be janky.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Like, I heard some stuff on the Twitter sphere, like, oh, I got into like one game up to this point, but like, I think that'll get worked out because once more people get onto the servers, so that'll make things more efficient and things will get spun up and they'll know exactly what they're dealing with on the networking side.
Every game though. Every game nearly has a rocky launch. You know.
Yeah, I mean, not if Nintendo makes it. Back to our previous subject. But yeah, I mean, it's nowadays it's commonplace. Yeah.
I also think we should note this is not the first.
It's a sequel.
It's a sequel to Supersonic, Acrobatic, rocket-powered battle cars. Say that 3 times. And
you can't say it once.
It did not. It's like 10 syllables. There's
It didn't do well.
It didn't do well. IGN gave it a 6.5 out of 10.
Well, that's not bad.
Metacritic gave it 3.5.
6 Okay,
that's bad.
5 is average. 6.5 is 6.5. Guys, okay, that's like come on.
It's a D.
Yeah, it's
a
not an
D.
F. It's not an F.
It's not an F, but it's a D. It's bad.
That's
not passing.
It's like it's above a C.
It's
above a C actually.
Yeah, the point
5 would be a C.
The point being, this game is a fucking hell of an improvement. This game is amazing.
10-point scales are fucking bullshit.
And then also GameSpot gave it a 6 out of 10. I mean, like it's 3 stars, 4.5, and then 3. Like
so it's an average. Like it was an average game.
And it was only the PS3.
Yeah,
you know, and
I didn't even remember that game.
I didn't even know that shit was stealth as fuck.
What the fuck? I
didn't even know.
The whole generation.
Yeah.
It came out in 2008, so 5 years ago.
2008.
That's a long, like,
yeah.
We all didn't even know about this game. Correct?
No,
like,
I didn't fucking know.
So
about
at 2008, I knew they were like small, like. That was
that's
like
fairly
you
early.
could say that's the beginning of indies. Like, we're just gonna like you could say indie games are kind of coming out. And
do you consider this an indie game?
That's an indie
absolutely.
developer. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. But at that point, I was like, "Fuck indie games," because
indie is a sketchy term at this point.
Yeah. So I was being closed-minded at that point. I was like, "No, fuck these tiny little arcade games."
I just didn't fucking hear it.
Yeah.
And I was budget limited at that point.
That was a stealth ass release.
Actually, 2008 it came out?
Yeah.
I didn't even have a PS3 yet. I got one after that.
Really?
I had a
get mine for
PS3.
2 years.
I had a 360 still. I got my PS3 in 2009.
Okay, so we missed that.
I got it right after.
I came in late as fuck to the game, the PS3 game.
Yeah, I came into it pretty late too.
And then they had like 9 of them.
It's kind of bizarre
because they all broke.
Yeah. So. That happened.
Yeah, see, I got an article here. Rocket League is so good, nobody minds that the servers suck. Like
they're not that bad now. They were bad at first.
People will wait to get into a game just because it's
a good ass game.
It's unique. I mean, there's no other.
Honestly, as soon as we're done with this, we're playing that shit.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. Honestly.
And hopefully we can record a let's play. No promises, but
I think we should.
Yeah,
that will be.
We'll do a split screen let's play.
That's going to be in a back pocket.
Yeah,
There's a lot. Though I really suck at that game, so like.
Nah, we'll do. Well, don't worry.
Don't send me hate mail that I suck at this game because I know I suck.
I'll protect you, bro. I'll take care of you.
Like Giovanni.
I'm the Lionel Messi of.
Oh, you calm the fuck down, Andre Pirlo.
I'm the Andre Pirlo. I take the nice little trick shots with my long hair.
You know,
my Italian.
Gio's
locks.
a very nice Andre Pirlo, and I don't even know.
Someone who hasn't made it yet.
Hell fucking no. I'm like in youth academy, and Gio's on the first squad. Let's put it that way.
I gotta say though, if you guys play this game, give it some time. When I first picked up a controller, I'm like, I suck at this. I don't want to play it. But just by the end of that match, you will be a lot better. You pick it up so quick, like the learning curve. You learn where the ball goes. You learn. Yeah. You know, it's just all about hitting the ball in the right time. Like, you know.
It's fun.
Even
it takes time.
Even if you don't get a goal, it's still fun.
You
drive around. When you score a goal, the whole entire place goes crazy, and you get blown away.
Here's my take on how it feels. If you like soccer and you're watching soccer, you're like, oh fuck, they missed, or hockey, and it gets really high, like fast, and it's like you're like, what the. Get it, you know, get the rebound off the side of the wall,
or you have like something like barely, like by the skin of your balls, the ball misses the goal for some reason.
You literally will be out, like standing up, like, oh shit, like what happened? Like you can't swear when you're playing that game unless you're 4, like you can't.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like legit.
Yeah.
So for the DLC, there's gonna be a mix of paid and free. I'm not sure what that'll be.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
And this won't come
I'll
out
pay for that
until
shit.
all the patches,
Yeah.
come in and clean up the servers. Like,
Yeah.
like you know, so you don't gotta worry
Responsible
about it.
game development. Wow, holy fuck.
Everyone's taking CD Projekt Red's take and actually caring about the gamers.
I know.
I don't think
Jesus.
these people expected the instant success of this game. Really, you know.
Well, they said that they're surprised. They said that the reason it's so good is because of PlayStation Plus. It made it.
It helped.
It lit a fire under
lot.
that game.
Dude, it helps a lot. PS Plus
Yeah,
is a
it's
good ass thing.
I mean, it helped Xbox gamers. That's the only reason they have games to gold. Well,
Yeah,
admit it or
true.
not.
That's
So,
true.
shout out to PlayStation.
Yeah, and
Shout
out
also,
to Sony.
when you mentioned that, like the thing that's good about PSN is when did this game come out? Just this week, right?
It's brand new.
Literally
The day it
this
dropped,
week,
you got
yeah.
it free.
It comes out for PlayStation Plus.
They do that often.
If this
Yeah.
was for Xbox, we wouldn't see this on games with gold for who knows how long.
That's a good point. Sony, and you know what's funny? They've done this with almost every single
Every indie game.
PS Plus game.
Yeah.
Like, you get a brand new game the day it drops on your console
Yep.
for fucking free.
Yeah.
Like, I can't name any off the top of my head, but there's so many.
I know, because I saw this game, I was like, oh, Rocket League, that looks cool.
Yeah,
and then,
me too. I
like,
didn't
it was
think
literally
about
this
it.
week. I saw it on Steam, actually. I saw it on Steam first. I was like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. Next thing, right?
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, the shit is blowing up on Like, the shit is absolutely blowing up via PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
Because people like free shit. Everyone likes free shit. Like, you're gonna give me a free video game? Fuck yeah, I'll play it for 5 minutes. If I don't like it,
And this
it
one
was
ended up being
fucking free.
amazing, yeah.
Right, so like whatever. So I like what's awesome with what Sony does. They provide a platform to where shit just comes out, and it just works.
Yeah.
And it's really, I think it's really good for because there have been probably tons of indie games I wouldn't have played this year were it not for like PS Plus putting it out there on their page, making it known.
Same here.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't have to buy any games. If being as shy as I am, I have to have a lot of games. But if I was broke and only had a PS4 somehow, even if I had a PS3, like PS Plus, you spend that $60 for that whole year, you have a catalog of games.
Yes.
And all you have to do is hopefully buy a game every once in a while. And if you play that stuff they give you once a month, you get two to 4 games a month.
Yep.
You're set.
You're set.
And I have a Vita, a PS4, and a PS3. I get like 6-7 games a month.
Yeah.
I don't have
really
space
absurd.
for this shit, Sony. But keep it up. I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they're actually offering free DLC to apologize for the server issues.
Wow.
That's
So
amazing.
So
That's
pretty
surprising.
good. Yeah,
Wow.
Cyanix, is that how you pronounce the people?
couldn't tell
Yeah,
you.
they're
Sounds
apologizing for the Rocket League server issues with free DLC. And
Wow, the issues weren't that
there's
bad, I
a
don't
patch
think.
coming out this week.
Oh.
And this-
Fix it. That's amazing.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Treat your consumers right.
Yep, see, it's all it takes.
Look
guys.
at that. Look at that.
All right, so into some more news that we're going to hit on. So everyone's been hearing lately about how Hideo Kojima's kind of been in fallout with Konami. And now...
Who the fuck is that? He doesn't exist anymore.
And now...
He's dead
He
to
does
us.
it now. And now, apparently, Kojima Studios is, like, disbanded.
Yeah.
So there's no more Kojima Studios.
They no longer are associated with that company.
And if you see now, his name is off of the it's just off the boxes.
So usually with all these games, what'll end up happening is what usually happens with all these games is that damn it, that was weird. My laptop's being foolish. So what happens with these games, you'll usually see like a Hideo Kojima production or Hideo Kojima
it says like
Studios
Fox
or,
Studios.
Yeah, or Team Fox or whatever.
Yeah, Team
right?
Fox, yeah, on the
so
box. It's
on
all
this,
gone.
So prior to this week, we already knew what was on the Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain cover, right?
Yeah.
It was Snake from the profile. We saw it, and it would have the ESRB rating, and then it would have Hideo's like logo.
I love that logo
for his team.
I'm mad it's not
an
on
awesome
there.
logo, but however, given the recent beef, essentially, given the recent
It's some
beef
bullshit
and
beef.
split
It's some bull
between
beef.
the two, between Kojima
Yeah.
and Konami, they struck this man from the fuck. One of the greatest game series to ever be in games.
It's definitely the best stealth series ever.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Without this, there may not really be a stealth series.
Yeah, I know.
You know, like
Yeah,
you
they
can.
would have came out with one.
Oh no,
It's possible,
absolutely.
yeah,
Oh
eventually.
no, absolutely. But without this game,
He fired it up.
he really he made it like because prior to this game coming out, the concept of a guy that is not supposed to kill something
Yeah.
is actually just as
supposed to
impactful
be
as
quiet.
a guy who kills like 1,000 people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's a weird, like that for the time at least. That's a very like crazy concept, right? And Hideo like executed on that.
Now, when did the first Metal Gear come out? I mean,
Oh,
I
man.
think I actually played the first one. I didn't own it. I had a John. You remember, right? I had that
For the
that
PlayStation 1?
PlayStation demo. Yeah.
No, I think it might have been before that.
The
What
first
it came
one?
out with?
The first one came out in NES.
Dreamcast?
Metal
I mean, a
Gear.
Sega?
Metal Gear.
Metal, not Solid?
No.
I don't understand the series yet.
Okay, so from
Metal
a
Gear
bit-
Solid was for NES.
well, you have Metal Gear.
Metal Gear, like,
Metal Gear is the first.
that was on PlayStation.
No, Metal Gear.
Then-
You're talking
then-
Metal Gear Solid.
So you're confusing me. So then that was the one for NES then.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the first Metal Gear Solid was for PlayStation.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you made me confused, guy.
Oh no, my bad.
No, yeah, it was. I always confuse them
so
anyways.
Metal Gear Solid. What we have to clarify: Metal Gear Solid is a 3D. If I'm not mistaken, is a 3D. Essentially just a 3D-ified remake
Of Metal Gear.
Yes.
Yeah, the first Kojima had this brain baby.
Yes.
It was Metal Gear.
Yes.
And then he was like, "Let me make this brain baby nasty, like
On
Super
the-
Saiyan Goku brain
Yes.
baby, because the PlayStation rocks ass."
Yes.
And he made Metal Gear Solid, which
Yes.
everyone was like, "Oh shit!"
Yes.
And there it began.
The
And
first
then
one
from
came
there-
out in 1987 for
Yeah,
the
There we go.
MSX2 home
Yeah.
computer.
There we
For
go.
the what?
MSX2.
MSX.
whatever that is.
Never heard of that.
So okay, so if you
the MSX.
yes, or is it NSX?
MSX2.
Oh, it's MSX.
So-
I still don't know what that is.
This is the time
that
when
Master
personal
System?
computers cost like this is like Halt and Catch Fire stuff.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when like you have a big huge computer
That costs
that
a
has way
lot.
less computing power than like an iPod Shuffle now.
Yeah. So it's like that. So
What year?
1987.
yeah.
Wow.
So for any of you that have the Metal Gear Solid collection, which has pretty much every game, I pretty much has all the games I think. If you choose to play Metal Gear for the MSX, it will show like the little the Fox logos. Yeah, that's the opening thing. It shows the MSX, and then I believe there's a the Metal Gear 2.
Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake.
There we
and
go,
it first
Metal Gear
came
2
out
Solid
in
Snake.
Japan in
Yep.
1990.
Yep.
For what? SNES?
MSX2.
Yeah.
Another thing.
Yeah.
And then it was re-released 14 years later as a downloadable game for mobile phones.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds about right.
So-
So
Beats
then,
me.
and then from there we go to the PlayStation 1 where we have Metal Gear Solid, then Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. if I'm
Oh
not
wow, they
mistaken.
had this come out for the PS3 too.
Yeah, that is in.
Oh,
the
that's
collection.
okay.
That's
yeah,
a part
yeah,
of the
yeah.
collection.
Yep.
So they did a ton of remakes for some of these Metal Gear games. But yeah, but honestly, so this is two things, right? If this this signifies a couple of things. I think of all the notable Japanese game developers, right? It's kind of reflective of a trend where you have a single idea. So going back to this whole Steve Jobs thing, where you have a single mind that pushes
drives
this thing.
the product.
That's no longer happening because
Well,
that's
yeah.
fucking expensive. Because this guy is more or less he's an artist.
Yeah, he's the artist.
He's an
behind
artist
it.
behind it. This is literally art. This is his expression of art for this guy. And art can be expensive. There's you got to remember
They have to pay for him.
and they have to pay for this dude's
And he
art.
he's in charge of all of it.
Exactly. So who knows? So who knows how much sooner this game would have come out, or any of
Was
his
he
games
the only
would have come
person
out.
behind it? Like
No,
person?
He has a
Like,
studio.
He
Yeah,
had,
that's
he
creative
had
or
his
something.
own team. He literally had his own team to do this.
And are they still on the Metal Gear
No,
team, or are they just gone?
They're all
They're
gone.
all
They-
done.
There was Kojima Studio, right?
Yeah,
Fox Productions.
yeah, something like that.
It was Fox Productions. They were part of
Konami.
Konami. Then they were removed and made contractors.
Yes,
And they were just contracted to do it.
and now they're done.
And now they're gone. Like they're just not part. They're not.
Yeah.
They're just gonna do their own thing.
Is it too soon to think that, because this has happened before, where this guy can create his own company now, another company,
Yeah.
his own type
Essentially
of game.
does with Kojima
Like it
Productions.
it's
yeah.
happened with Blizzard. It's happened with the IGN. Like maybe not
Yeah.
whether they leave on their own
Yeah.
or by force.
Sure.
Like they have this vision. This guy can't. Like this is his creation. This is his baby, right?
Yeah.
So he did he leave on his own or
No.
Oh
so,
no,
yeah.
no,
It
he
was
was
not.
pushed
So
out.
that's even that makes it all the more worse. Then
They
So
say it was mutual terms, but that's BS.
It's not
So,
mutual terms.
I don't think
I-
so.
don't
Something
buy
went wrong.
I would I'm not that interested in these games. But I would like to see him create his own type of thing. I would like to see some more
something new.
creativeness.
Well, see, the
And
thing
then,
is,
you know,
here's what I think it is. Here's exactly what I think it is, because there have been interviews in the past where Kojima has said like Metal Gear Solid 4 was supposed to be the last one.
Yeah.
He wanted Metal Gear Solid 4 to be the last game, right? Konami at that point, Konami had no interest in making games. They were done.
They still barely.
They were
do.
trying to close up shop and move to their little pachinko machines.
Yeah,
right?
they've said they want to just make pachinko and arcade
they
games.
make Dragon Ball Z games now.
They've
been for a while.
They're done.
Yeah,
They're
they don't want to
do
do that anymore.
I mean, so while this is all going on, they have literally put out press statements saying like they're not in the games business anymore. They're trying to get out. So
they unlisted themselves.
But
from
the
US,
only game that they had Kojima make was Metal Gear games. That is it. That's all they had him do. And the type of artist that Hideo Kojima is, he
wants to expand his horizons.
He wants to expand. He didn't want to make just Metal Gear games. He wants to do other things.
Yeah.
Konami come from the business side. This is our golden egg.
They want guap.
You keep making the golden egg.
Yeah, keep pumping out the golden egg from your
But that same golden egg got expensive, and he wants to make other golden eggs.
Yeah,
so
and Kiefer Sutherland's expensive.
Well, here's some interesting information. Metal Gear, what was the first one? Metal Gear, right?
Yes.
That came out in 1987. The next one was Metal Gear Solid Snake, Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, and that came out in 1990. The next one was Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation 1, and that came out in 1998. So that's an 8-year gap. That's a long time to be. Yeah. Now I'm not.
I wonder why it's that's big.
I don't know how much of that time was used to create the game, or did they just they
he was just chilling
it for 2 years or 8 years. So from now until then, like I was going back to him to making his own company.
Yeah.
It could be any time between he makes his own thing.
Could be in 10 years.
They did say they're going to continue. The Metal Gear series will continue without him.
Yeah.
But who knows what direction it could take. It could tank or it could be
I don't
amazing.
know, dude.
I'm kind of interested to see what... Because, look, for those of you that watch anime out there, Hideo Kojima games are some anime-ass shit. Like, this is the most anime-ass...
There's some delusional ass shit.
It is some fucking... It is the most anime-ass shit that you'll find in video games anywhere. Because that series goes everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, it's just out of control.
The latest, they're good, though.
It's good, but it's just out of fucking control.
Yeah.
So, there's that. So, I'm curious to see
what they do with it.
What their vision would be without Hideo Kojima.
Konami can't handle shit, though. So, they're going to fuck it up.
Yeah, it's going to be Metal Gear Solid 5 Pachinko Patriots or some shit.
Oh, no.
Now, are there any other publishers or other companies that have a hand in this? Like, they can't.
It's owned by Konami. Owns
it's
it.
all Konami.
They own the rights to it.
I know, like for example, Call of Duty's Activision always, but also Treyarch. Blizzard.
That's studios. So what's going to happen is instead of Kojima Productions making it, another studio, which would be like the equivalency of Treyarch not making the next, World at War or whatever the fuck they're on, Black Ops.
So that's pretty much what it is. And what I'm more curious to see, what Kojima, because he has options, right? So like recently we have Imafume, he's pretty much doing, I'm an idiot.
Like he was helping with I know that, but he was helping with the...
oh yeah, I got too.
He was helping with the production? Like what's happening?
No. So like he's a free agent. He's making his own...
Oh, yeah. Okay, you confused me. Yeah, so you're saying he could end up on Kickstarter?
Yeah. So like what's to say that he's not going to end up... Like he's going to take that same route. Because this dude...
That's like $100 million Kickstarter guy. This guy's going to be like, our stretch goal is if you press start, you'll see Solid Snake, but it'll cost $700 million.
These people are going to have to donate money and then also pay for the game.
But here's
some other company would have to front the money.
But hear me out. Much in the same way that there's when Imafume came out with his Kickstarter, when all these
which is a good Kickstarter, by the way.
All these Japanese devs, former Japanese like star developers, went free agent and did their Kickstarters.
Shenmue,
people shat their pants, and records broke. Like every single Japanese dev. The major ones for the major friend, Shenmue,
they break a record anytime.
Mighty Number 9, all of it, it's broken a record.
You know what's interesting?
So what the hell do you think's going to
it'll break records?
It would be sad.
Tenfold.
It would be sad if Kojima wants to do another tactical stealth action like game on Kickstarter, or you know what I mean?
I'd like to see him do something new.
A Metal Gear Vania game.
Oh, that'd be weird.
That would be sad. Like, because I want to see him do something different.
What?
But if he was to go that route,
yeah,
there will be $100 million fucking dollars.
I mean, I don't know about that, but what I do think,
Microsoft, I don't give a fuck
Well, yeah.
who the publishers.
Well,
Fucking
someone's have to pay
Nintendo
for it, yeah.
will be like, we will front you the fucking cash.
probably. I mean, what like you make a good point. What people don't realize, like people got mad, some semi-mad after their like boners of happiness for Shenmue 3 went away.
Right.
When they realized they were like,
got
oh shit,
fucking
this is on
hustled.
Kickstarter. Well, no, think about it. No, they didn't. Because do you understand how much money Sony's putting into this game?
Well,
There's a
now
reason
they
it's
are.
Yeah, but that was a way for them to decide whether it was worth it or not.
Which
That's
is
all.
bullshit.
Is it though?
Yeah, it's horseshit.
This is the world we live in. It was a way to promote the game.
But
it
if that
made
was the
people
case,
really excited. This
so-
is all Kickstarters
but-
are like this.
Right, but see, this is, which is kind of bad. It's kind of
But they're all like this, so don't blame Sony.
No, you're right, but this is going to be a dangerous precedent, right?
Yeah, sure,
So
sure.
now we're seeing an intersection between big time developers.
They're all gonna jump on.
like Microsoft, like Sony, saying
Yeah, Microsoft.
essentially they took. It's literally what they did. They took this Kickstarter for focus testing. They had a select target group of
I
people.
guess.
And they asked the question
to see if they're interested.
to see if you'd be interested in another Shenmue 3. I can't pronounce it. Shenmue
what I'm
3.
being-
But in this case, instead of asking a questionnaire,
Yeah, they wanted money.
Give us your money to see if you're interested in Shenmue 3.
Honestly, you can look at it. There's two sides of that coin. You could also look at it if you care. This is a niche, like a very
That's
niche
a niche
thing at this
thing,
point.
right?
Like if you think about it, why shouldn't people be able to pay with their money? Like if you want this game.
But that okay,
like,
so
what if you're paying $2 or $5?
Fine.
It's not
so
that bad.
what happens when EA?
Yeah, but what happens?
Well, then
up-
people stop. People get offended and stop. This happens with
donate?
This happens all the time.
It doesn't make it any better.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't
but
make it any more like
people are gonna do
devious
it.
and backhanded. Like I
wouldn't say it's devious.
It
It can get
backhanded
devious
because Sony didn't say anything. Sony said nothing of the fact that they're gonna come around on the back end and say we're gonna also put up money. They didn't say that.
I mean, they shouldn't have to. Because
they should have to.
Well, think about it. Here's how.
Because what
No.
that means, yes, it does.
All right. It's common sense.
Okay.
That game is not a $10 million game. That game, the first one cost $36 million to make. There's no
Okay.
way they're making it cheaper. So if you honestly think they're gonna make it for cheaper, then you don't know.
But
Same
how
thing
many
with all their
people-
Kickstarters.
Okay,
There's
so
other money elsewhere.
So to answer that question though, how many people really that give money to games on Kickstarter are familiar with the game development process and how expensive it can get? Because to make
That's
the
fine,
world, but no, it's not fine because they're uninformed consumers. And
That's fine, but those uninformed consumers buy DLC, pre-order games
That's
that
fine and dandy.
they pre-order games from studios that make shitty
that's
games.
fine and dandy.
So
all I'm saying,
I think it's wrong to signal it out and say, like, I don't think it's that devious. I think it'll get there, but I don't think it's there yet.
I think this move they already did was devious. All I'm saying is that Sony should have said, because here's what Sony did, right? Sony gave the creator of this game an open platform, and they literally depicted it as if Sony, out of the goodness of their hearts, are just giving this guy a platform to speak to this game and get a platform to get to a large number of fans who love this series.
But I mean, that is what they did.
Yeah,
though.
that is what they did. They did do that, right?
Right.
But they did it in the sense that that's literally all they did. That Sony had nothing to do with it besides that.
But in the background, they're putting in more money towards
exactly.
it.
But
So how is that devious? They're spending more money than they're telling you.
Dude, if you're gonna publish a game, publish the fucking game. Don't
it's not the world we live in.
Don't set a Kickstarter goal for $5 million and then have Sony kick. Like, it's nice that Sony's going to kick in the rest, but it's fucked that you didn't say that from the beginning.
Well, here's the thing.
Because if you're going to stand going to stand by a game, stand by the game that you want to have out on your console. Because it's a Kickstarter through Sony. So
from what I've read and heard, it wasn't even Sony's idea in the first place.
I call bullshit.
But you don't know that. And then secondly, it promoted the fuck out of the game. The game broke a record, so it worked. So Sony helped. Like, I'm not trying to say Sony's right in doing it. I agree Sony should have just fronted the money. Nintendo did that with Bayonetta. They didn't make a Kickstarter. They just said, we'll pay for the fucking game.
Exactly.
We don't care who likes it. Fair enough. But we're in this world where this is how shit happens. This has happened with DLC. We've seen DLC get out of hand, utterly out of hand, to where you have to pre-order a game to get DLC. I don't know what to say. Like, it's going to happen.
It's not good. It's going to get worse.
I mean, it's going to get worse, but hopefully people are smart enough to say, let's not fund these Kickstarters.
Like,
I don't know what to say. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's hard to say that when you present it. So it's hard to make that decision when you present it in such a way where
every decision.
You can't really tell what the company is doing, if they're just providing the platform or if like there's some business shit on the back end. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
and what's to stop? So going like, and this could go. This is going to get out of hand.
It's going to happen
because
again.
the floodgates open with Sony.
Yep.
So now what's
that
stopping
is the
EA
bad thing Sony did. I'll admit that.
What's stopping fucking EA from digging up some franchise that they absolutely slaughtered and saying, yeah, here's this guy that we fucked over and here's a franchise we fucking destroyed, but we're gonna have a Kickstarter and we're gonna let this guy do it. Then we'll kick money.
The only thing that can stop anything they do, here's my argument, Tad. The only thing that can stop anything that any of these people do is consumers with their money. And the problem is none of them are savvy enough to know.
And here's a fundamental issue with Kickstarter, right? Another fundamental economic issue with Kickstarter.
There's a lot wrong with Kickstarter.
So the markets usually decide what's good and what's not good.
Yeah.
Right? So markets decide it, right? If we want a game, we being the market will give money to this game, and that indicates that we like games of this nature, right? Yep. So it is entirely possible that there is just enough of a crowd to say that we want this product. There's just enough of a market to say we want this product, but it can still not be sustainable.
Okay.
Like they can be just enough. Like there can be just enough Shenmue fans to say we want this, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's viable for the market. But
Sony's gonna find out the hard way, I guess.
But Kickstarter still provides a platform to subvert that and kind of make
make the extra money.
Exactly, to subvert it and make things fucked up. So you can set a Kickstarter goal for $10 million. Yeah, that doesn't mean Shenmue 3 is gonna sell once you put it on PlayStation Plus or once you put it on on PSN. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there could have been enough people to make the $5 million goal, but that doesn't mean that it's going to sell once you put it out on PSN or once you put it on Steam or once you put it on any other platform because maybe we're done with that game.
I'm going to interrupt you now. Now, if they set a $10 million Kickstarter goal and they only get 5, do you really get that different of a quality of a game? Like, do you get that much better?
Well, they either don't do the game or they get the funding elsewhere.
Dude, you can't even build an open world for $10 million.
You can't do anything.
Yeah, you can't do shit.
The game is probably $60 million game.
Companies make games. Actually, probably 99%
very small games usually
make games without. 99% of companies make games without Kickstarters, but they're still.
Oh yeah, for sure. More than that.
There's a different. But see, now we're talking about a different economic system with which it gets done, right? Mm. So a perfect example is Call of Duty, right? There is a very clear and obvious market to put out a Call of Duty game every fucking year. Yeah. And it will make them, it makes enough sales where you can look at everything and say, like, okay, there's a market for Call of Duty games. But let's say Call of Duty was the Shenmue 3, right? And it disappeared for a long-ass time, and we wanted Black Ops 3, and now Sony says that Black Ops 3 is coming via Kickstarter. Awesome. There can be enough people to help you reach your Kickstarter goal, but just because there's enough people to reach your Kickstarter goal, that doesn't mean there's a market for that game.
Yeah, but couldn't they easily just do a petition to say, do you guys decide do an online signature, and if you do, you let us know you like the game, and then we'll do it. They don't have
well, they want people to put money. Exactly. Put money where your mouth is. That's what it is.
And that's what it is.
Here's how I'll put this.
So what you just said was the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So instead of it just being your
petition, but you need money.
Petition is $2 to me saying.
Because Corey, here's the problem. Here, I'll put it this way. First of all, the way it works is the hardcore fans, like this Shenmue game, you're not interested in at all. I'm barely
I don't even know about it.
Exactly. I barely am interested in this game.
We missed it. We both missed it because it was
so this isn't for our generation. So what Sony did, I'm not saying it's right, but in a sense it's helping certain people. But what they did is they said, look, we don't think the market's there. Do it. I mean, they're saying this is what happened, but this probably is what happened. But they're saying we don't know there's a market. If there's a market, people will put their money where their mouth is because they want the game, right?
Yeah, so but that's not fair to the people who don't pay for it and
what do you mean?
The game. Like
that is what do you mean? It's not fair to people that paid extra. If that's what your point is.
Here's the thing: they need to privatize this. I think, if I can say that. Now, if they need to make it so if you donate money, you get a little bit. You should get more content, especially now.
I mean, there's stretch goals.
10 years ago, it would be impossible for them to give you extra content. But
all right. So what you're
the website and give your money and you give them you say what system you want it for, you give them your screen name, and like they'll send you a code in the email and you can redeem it through the marketplace, PSN store, anything. At least if you're gonna pay money to have this
but dude, the money varies. Some people give $10,000, some people give $2.
Well, they don't ask. They just say
Here's
give us money, right?
that's
Yeah,
what
exactly.
what you
Yeah,
what you just said is the fundamental problem with Kickstarter. People get the impression that since they put money down, and they should, I kind of agree with you. They should either have a piece of this or be given the thing is, if you give $1, what are they going to honestly give you? A signature on a paper that says "Merry Christmas." You gave us $1. That's useless.
I mean,
it just
it
shows.
doesn't matter.
but you gotta-
It's just part of the bigger picture.
Or they can have different classifications.
They do have that.
Those are called stretch goals.
And
on
you can get the
Kickstarter.
game as part of it.
that's
You
not
can
what
get
I mean.
shirts.
So say you donate between benchmark. They have between $1 and $10. You get this. Between $10 and $100, you get this. If you give $10,000,
No,
So
it's
here's
not
the
like
thing,
that.
you have to- but you got to understand, right? To make a video game, it costs money.
Yeah, a lot of it.
So you want to let's say if you give between $1 and $10, you get a version of the game that gives you this skin or this DLC.
Yeah.
Dude, it costs millions of dollars to make that. You know what I mean? So now you have 18,000 people who contributed $8 million, and now only a small subset of people who contributed almost shit compared to some other people get this. Do you see how that's
It's a broken system.
It
Here,
is.
I don't want to mix politics, but this is an analogy I can think of. Now, say you want this. I'm not using any names. You want this president to win the election, and while you vote, you also donate money.
Yeah, people do that.
Well, yeah, but it's not like it's different though. That's when they go around to city to city.
No,
But-
people literally send money
Donate
to them.
money.
Yeah, but not when you.
Directly.
I'm saying when you go to vote.
Right.
It's like
You pay at the
obviously
voting ballot?
Yeah, elections cost money.
Sure.
Way
Okay.
more
Costs
than any,
millions and
way,
millions.
way more than
Billions.
any video game costs. But they still
Up there, yeah.
Yeah.
But they still do it.
Sure.
They still manage to win. But and all the people who don't give them money still vote, and then their president wins.
Sure.
So
Okay.
that's I don't know.
This is a different situation. The situation is different because becoming president, you now have power. Like, it's just different. Like, you're not going to make a video game and then it's the same as being president.
I mean that's why it's different, but
Yeah.
it's also similar.
I know what you mean, but you can't. Here's the thing: the fundamental thing about Kickstarter is you raise enough money to not only originally Kickstarter was to raise money to actually do the thing.
Right.
Now it's become a metric. So if you raise 10, if they say Sony's like, we need $5 million, $5 million, and we'll give you the rest of the money. For all we know, is they're gonna give it to them anyways, but they're still gonna do it because this is the popular chic thing to do now.
Well, how
And
many times did they do a Kickstarter and not meet the goal, and they don't do the game?
Oh, dude,
there's a lot of
Dude,
Kickstarters.
What happens to that money? Do they get it back, or
No.
they say, "Oh, we keep it"?
Dude,
Yeah, I
the
thought
shit-
they keep it, don't they?
I think they do keep it, dude. There have been
There's been some
Kickstarters-
shitty stuff on
dude,
Kickstarter.
There have been Kickstarters where there have literally been unfinished Kickstarter projects.
Can
Like, on
can anyone
purpose.
go on that?
Yes,
Like,
dude.
how-
Yeah,
okay,
you can go start a
you know
Kickstarter
what's
right
good
now.
Story? You know what's a good story? There's a guy who got $10,000 to make a potato salad on fucking Kickstarter.
Oh, I saw that. I wanted that potato salad. It looked delicious, but it's now worth $10,000.
$10,000. There's another.
The stretch
there's
goals were
actually
like,
a-
I'm gonna use Helms
Just make
mayonnaise.
one potato salad, or
Yes.
is it
A
just
bowl.
sell
It was a
everywhere?
bowl of
a
it.
bowl of it.
Why would he do that?
Why would people pay him
not?
10 grand?
Because it's fucking Kickstarter. There's actually a game.
I think it was more than 10 grand. It was a lot
This
more.
is like GoFundMe then, right?
No,
I thought it's the same shit.
I don't know.
Basically, you have a
Oh no,
you have a need for money.
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe is different. I think.
GoFundMe is not a project. It's a like, hey, I need a MacBook, bro. Give me money.
What
Yeah.
the heck is potato salad? That's not a project.
Well,
It's not-
he
but
made
it's-
it to be a project.
Yeah.
It was a way to show the system was broken.
Unless these are like golden goose eggs.
Funny
No,
story
dude,
about that,
dude,
actually.
it's
I heard that
Kickstarter.
I swear he got like 100 grand. And I
Yeah.
remember him getting whacked in the face with taxes. Like, he had to pay like 30 or 40 grand in taxes because of
Oh
that.
yeah, at least 20%.
Yeah.
Like, so another notable game where to the I forgot. Wow, it's like a serious ass space game, and they made $100 million.
Elite Dangerous?
No, not Elite Dangerous. Something else. Wow, I suck. And I was about to. Wow. I can't. The name is escaping me right now because names escape everything because I'm stupid. So this game made up to this point made $100 million, and the shit's not finished. I think the Kickstarter came out.
Space game?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I want to find it. But yeah, I made $100 million on Kickstarter,
Yeah.
and the game, like, this Kickstarter started a long ass time ago.
Yeah.
And the game still isn't finished.
Why are people so shocked?
But see, this is the fundamental issue with Kickstarter. So it is possible for a disproportionately small number of people to fund a game and then to make it seem like the market wants it, and then when it comes out to market, it fucking flops.
So I've seen here,
that's just no good.
An article published a year ago. Only a third of video game Kickstarters fully deliver. So that's like, that's terrible. And
there's an
if there's 100 games that on Kickstarter, only 30 or so actually, come to fruition.
Yeah.
So that's terrible. Like with I guess not that many people know about this.
Yeah. So like we Kickstarters have become just so popular that like this is just like out of hand. So Kickstarters are basically like the Facebook of like creating things. I don't fucking even know.
I know exactly what you're saying. Hold on, I gotta find the name of this game.
Yeah,
it's like serious. Everyone's like going on about it. But I mean, that's pretty much my gripe. Is that I just want Sony to say from the jump, like, hey, like we're having this Kickstarter, but we are also kicking in money because
it's a little disappointing. I was a little shocked, but I don't want to think it's a devious thing. But the thing is, to put it bluntly, everything these companies do is devious because it's business and they're trying to make money. Yeah. And we've seen it with stuff like what WB did with Arkham Knight and stuff like that. And it's just like, really, fuck us, man.
Now,
like, seriously.
How many times, do you ever see these remasters go on Kickstarter?
Like
God of War,
God.
For instance, that just came out.
Is that a transition? Did you just transition to our next topic?
Yeah.
Wow, well done.
God of War. But then I went to God of War 1 and 2, and it didn't captivate me as much. But this God of War 3 is something special. It's just, it's just like, I think with every single game, there's always games that stand out. There's always games that, are far under.
Yeah.
That, they tank or whatever. They're just not as impressing. And in God of War, it's just, maybe it's just a number 3. I don't know. 3 times a charm. I don't know. It's amazing.
It's God of War.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, it's God of War, guys.
Realistically,
I don't care what you say.
Guys.
I think it's a really big series.
If video game characters could come to life and come out, he'd be the one you'd fear. He'd be the one who'd be taking over the world.
It's a good game, guy. You really undermine it. The game is like a 9. The game is like
I'm not saying
recognized.
I'm not saying
as being a good game.
It's God of War.
So don't give us the it's God of War.
It's God of War.
It's Devil May Cry. The series has sucked for half of it. I know they fucked it, but the series sucked for half of it.
I don't know, man.
And I still like it.
We're part of the 1%.
Yeah, fuck you, Zeke.
Whatever.
We're gonna end this podcast on that note. Fuck you, Zeke.
Yeah, motherfuckers.
No, we really are gonna end it though.
Well, if I was to fucking snap, I'm gonna.
You're gonna snap because you're a warlord guy.
You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna snap, cover myself in the ashes of my my burned feelings. I'm gonna fuck your families.
Oh shit,
that's because I'm angry and I fucking snapped and I want revenge.
We can't.
I want revenge now.
Sure, you do need to move on. He moved on. That's all.
Yeah,
he moved on in a very manly way.
Myself in ashes.
All right. Well,
and fuck your family members.
Thanks for listening, everyone. I don't condone fucking your family members, but I'm Gio once again. I'm here with Zeke.
Yes.
And Corey.
What's going on?
So check us out on Twitter. I'm at ItalianFace. Zeke is
Ezekiel_Wafor. So I'm gonna spell that.
Yep.
EZEKIEL NWA like the rap group FOR. And then there's an underscore there.
There's an underscore in between it.
Yeah.
CF Gagne 90.
Gagne. Just spell Gagne just in case.
Yeah, GONYEA. CF GONYEA 90.
Gagne.
So follow us on Twitter. You can follow Kontrol Pad on Twitter.
Please do.
At KONTROLP.
Yes.
KON like control KONTROLP.
Yes.
And then Kontrol Scheme is just gonna. I don't remember what that is, to be totally honest. Because I'm not sure we're gonna be using it much.
I think we're gonna kill it.
Yeah, we're just gonna use Kontrol Pad. Yeah. So yeah, we'll just use a Kontrol Pad one for everything. Follow us on that. Please check out our YouTube.
Yes.
Subscribe.
Check out our Let's
free,
Plays.
guys.
It's free. Yeah, it's free content. Yeah. We have God of War.
We're good at video games. We promise.
Yeah, we'll try.
Well, I promise.
Yeah, we are really in motion right now.
Yeah,
we don't plan on stopping. We're gonna keep going.
Yeah,
we've been on a pretty good track record. So
we want this to be good.
Can't stop, won't stop.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Check out our next podcast probably sometime next week. We'll try and get a schedule down pat.
Yeah.
And then we'll let you guys
try to get into the Rocket League maybe as a Let's Play. Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll do that as a Let's Play. So definitely check that out.
We'll be talking more.
Let's Plays.
Maybe we'll continue. Can we? Maybe continue. I mean, this is pretty long. We didn't get to cover all of our topics. So maybe we can brush up on a couple things.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
We'll see. Work in
All right.
progress.
Well, see you guys. Peace.
Deuces.
Have a good night now.
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 Deuces.